Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Surprise Thursday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Mattel's WWE Wrekkin Boneyard Slamcycle with Chain and Undertaker. Let's get into it! Let's start things out with a look at the packaging. And here we have WWE Wrekkin, WWE launching action, and then some photos of that. Open kind of blister pack of the Undertaker riding the motorcycle with the little stunt wheel out. 8 breakaway pieces. WWE, it's in a ring. Mattel 6 and up. WWE Wrekkin Boneyard Slamcycle. On the bottom, we've got small print, fine print, legalese print, easy open print, WWE.com print, symbols I'm not going to learn, one figure, one vehicle, and accessory. And some other symbols I'm not going to learn. So on this side, you can see this piece kind of is loose. WWE Wrekkin. And then on this side, WWE Wrekkin. Then on the back side, the motorcycle and the competition. And then it's got what appears to be nice practical photography for the most part. I think they added that little explosion piece. And then, you know, you slam down on the seat, poof, figure gets ejected. We got some other guys doing some stuff there in the background. Drag your opponents. Wow. And then includes. And then Mattel empowering the next generation through play. So this is an older piece, of course. WWE Wrekkin Boneyard Slamcycle figures may not pose alone as shown. Each sold separately, subject to availability. Colors and decorations may vary. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure, the vehicle, and the accessories. And first up, we'll take a look at the accessories. And Undertaker comes with one elbow pad. So it's a bit of a soft plastic, and it's not bad to get on and off of his arm. So nice molded details in it. Looks pretty cool. He also comes with this bandana. And again, it's got nice molded details. It's a bit like the front part of it's a little bit harder than the back of it, but not by a whole lot. So again, nice molded details in it. Does it go that way? I don't know. We'll find out in a minute. And then for the motorcycle, and I guess for the Undertaker too, it also comes with this nice chain. Has a nice plastic hook on it. And you can see it's got a cut in it right there. You can take the chain off of it if you want to. Nice ring right there, the chain, which is metal, and a nice metal chain, and a ring there again at the end of it. So very nice. I like that accessory. So let's take a look at the figure now. We'll raise the camera up just a little bit. There we go. And I have to say, the paint on the face does look great. I will also say I'm not really familiar with Undertaker in this biker phase. I don't know. So it does look like they used inkjet printing for the face. I don't know how well that's coming through on the camera, but I can see it with me eyeballs. So this part, I don't know, like I think they do this part with traditional paint apps. But overall, I mean, it does cut an imposing figure there. So it looks like most of this is molded in color. This is molded in black with these flesh tones painted on there, and it looks like they did a pretty good job of it. And then he's got, you know, the arms are molded in color except for maybe this black cuff here, which is paint, and then the hands molded in color, and then the pants and shoes molded in black plastic. And then he's got these nice tattoo tampos on his arm. There's on his forearm, and then over on this side as well. And I think they did a really good job with these tampos. They're really crisp and clear. So I don't know how accurate they are to the character. I'm sure that probably goes that way instead of the other way. That makes more sense. So, nice molded detail throughout for, you know, simple molded detail for a simple basic figure. And just not a lot of paint going on, but they did a nice job on the face and the arm tattoo tampos, I think. So, your mileage, of course, may vary. Well, now let's take a look at his articulation real quick. I do believe the head's on a dumbbell, but he only looks up that high. He only looks down that far. He doesn't really have any chicken neck. He has no waggle to speak of. He doesn't really want to do the full exorcist, but I made him do it anyway. 360 degrees of rotation at the shoulder. He can raise his arm up at the shoulder more than 90 degrees. Single hinge and swivel at the elbow. Swivels around 360 degrees and gives you that much bend, not quite 90 degrees. 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist on an in and out hinge, and the other side is an in and out hinge as well. Nothing in the torso. Straight cut at the waist. 360 degrees of rotation there. At the hips, no splits. No splits. He doesn't get any splits. So he kicks forward that far, which is significantly less than 90 degrees. However, he kicks back that far, which is close to 90 degrees. It's not quite there, but it's almost there. Then he does have a single hinged pinned knee, and it gives you approximately a 90 degree bend. There's no rotation at all in the leg. At the ankles, tilts down that far, and you can see the pinned hinge in there, and then up that far, and then no rocker though. Still no rocker. So as far as the elbow pad goes, I guess you could pop the hand off to facilitate that a little easier, but you really don't need to. And you just run it up as high as it'll go on there, and it stops where it's supposed to. And then the bandana, just kind of slide it down on his head till it's in the correct position. So there you have it. That's the Undertaker with his accessories. Now let's take a look at the bike. And overall, I have to say it's molded in this color. I don't know if it's blue or purple. I don't know. I'm colorblind. Don't make fun of handicapped people. Swirly, twirly silver plastic for the engine, which is a separate piece. Then we've got this nice red and silver tampo here. Or is it black? Black and silver. Tampo here and here. You got WW symbol molded into the bike. It's got a nice big muffler over here. It's got a nice sticker there for the headlight. Another tampo right here in silver. And then it's got some stickers for the dials. At least I think they're stickers. Yeah, they're stickers. And then we've got a sticker for the brake light and a sticker for the license plate that says Wrekkin. And it's not even Ralph. So this vehicle does have a feature on it, an action feature. and you hit this button, and it's supposed to flip the guy off of the bike. Now, it also slide this off, and you've got storage in the saddlebags. But what you're supposed to do with it is you take the saddlebags off, you flip it upside down like this. You see there's like grates on there, and then you'll see there's a port right there that fits right over the seat. So it's like somebody can jump on here like that and flip the dude or dudette off of the bike. And let me see, it's been a while since I looked at this, so I'm trying to figure out how it all comes apart, because it does. This piece just it's got a C-clip there, and this just clips into, or this just clips into that, and that wiggles a little bit. And I don't know if it pulls off. I don't remember. No, it's screwed in right there. So there's that. Does this piece come off? So the gas tank pieces come off, and then you can see how the seat works there. And I know the engine comes out. Oh, also I forgot, it's got this wheelie bar down here on the bottom, and it does keep the cycle from falling over, and it will also prop it up. And come on, you. I guess you kind of just pop it out. So that pops out. Does this come off? Yep, that comes off too. It just pegs in to position, and then the engine actually splits in half as well. So you got a whole disassembled bike here to have to look at. And let's get that out of the way real quick. And ta-da, through the magic of editing, the motorcycle is all back in one piece. Now, as far as the chain goes, the Undertaker can hold the chain. However, another thing you can do with it is pop that off right at the camera, and you see this little notch right here in the saddlebag. You can fit the chain in there and put the top of the saddlebag back on, and now he can pull things, people, objects, what have you. You know, he can hook the chain together and pull people, which I think is really cool kind of piece for this. I can imagine them using something like this in wrestling. And then when it's not in use, just store it right in there. And again, this is how the wheelie bar, I guess is what it's called, stunt bar maybe. Anyway, that's how that works. It just folds out. So how does the Undertaker fit on this bike? Well, you just kind of pose him up a little bit. Put his hands on the handlebars. And now he's ready to come riding right in the ring. And he might do it. So, or is he retired now? I don't know. So anyway, my friends, that is a look at the figure, the vehicle, and the accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the WWE Wrekkin Boneyard Slamcycle with the Undertaker. The bike's in the back, Undertaker's in the front. With the Ultimate Edition WWE Mr. T the WWE Main Event Showdown 2-pack of Mean Gene Okerlund and Hulk Hogan, and the Ultimate Edition WWE Andre the Giant. For our last set of comparisons, here we have the WWE Wrekkin Boneyard Slamcycle with the Undertaker, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the WWE Wrekkin Boneyard Slamcycle with the Undertaker, I have to say the figure is pretty basic. I actually got several of these, and the reason that I got several of them, which I got 3 of them, they were $10 a pop on Amazon, so they had 3 left. I had been looking at it for a while. It had went down to $10 one time before and then went back up. So I thought I missed my opportunity for it. And it went back down to 10 again. They had 3 left, so I bought 3. So one of these figures I'm going to give to my nephew, who's a wrestling fan, and he likes wrestling action figures. So I'm going to give one of them to him. So the other 2 may go in my DC Multiverse display for the McFarlane 89 Batman to beat the crap out of. They can be twins or whatever, what have you. But the real reason that I picked these up was the motorcycle. And I'm going to paint the 3 motorcycles up. I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to paint them up yet, what colors and stuff. But I am going to paint them up, and they are going to be the motorcycles for the 3 original Dreadnoks in my G.I. Joe Classified collection. So Buzzer, Ripper, and Torch, they're going to have their own bikes. And I like this bike. It might be just a little bit big for Classified because it is made for a 1/10 or 7-inch scale approximate, more than 1/12 or approximate 6-inch scale. But I think it'll be fine. Besides, the Dreadnoks seem like the kind of guys that would get bigger bikes than everybody else, just because. So that's what's going to happen to the bike. That's what's going to happen to the figures. I can't really see using them in photography much because of the limited nature of the basic figure. But I do think these bikes are going to serve me well for what I want them to be. And hopefully I can actually get them done for a change. Not just plan on doing something, but actually do it and get it done. And be able to show them off on the channel here as well once I get through with them. So, but you know, if you're a WWE fan, you don't like the Dreadnoks, and you know, even if you don't like WWE, these bikes were $10. So any customizer out there, you know, you're looking for cheap stuff, a $10 bike and figure set, hey, that's it. And you know, it really is not that expensive when it was full price. I want to say maybe it was $25 full price. So just it's a good deal if you just want a bike. And I think the bike is worth $25 by itself without the figure. But that's just me. You know, your finances are for you to figure out. But you know, at $10 a pop, I couldn't pass it up. I would have liked to have gotten a couple more, but actually I would like to get a lot more at that price, but they unfortunately only had 3 at that price, and I do believe they still have this listed on Amazon, but the price has gone up from $10. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.